Did you know that samurai would commit seppuku, a ritualistic suicide, to keep their honor intact after being disgraced? Today I'll be talking about the samurai and how they have shaped history. I have researched samurai extensively through the last couple weeks, and I have watched TV shows and movies on them for my entire life. The three topics I'll talk about today are how they evolved through history, their culture and customs, and the equipment they used in battle. Today, first off, I'll be talking about the history of the samurai. The samurai dominated the military scene from 794 to 1868 in Japan. This reign began in the Heian period as they were a private militia for noblemen and farmers. Then the Genpei War started, and the Minamoto clan won with the help of Yoshitsune, a leader at the time. The half-brother of Yoshitsune started a new period called the Kamakura period. He gave samurai more power in the government, and they became more educated in that time. Then the second half of the domination of samurai was a period of chaos. There were two Mongol attacks, and the Kamakura period fell. There was 2 centuries of war, and then in 1615, a new shogunate arose, and there was 250 years of peace. During this time, Confucianism rose, and samurai took that as their own religion, transitioning from Zen Buddhism. Also, the people of the time took the samurai's Bushido code and as their own. Now I'll talk about the culture and customs of the samurai. Due to their code and religion, samurai had many rituals and customs in their time. They have loyalty to their lord, and in the case of their lord dying, they would commit seppuku, which was the act of using their wakizashi, stabbing themselves from the left, twisting, and letting their guts hang out. Then they would be beheaded. The sword of the samurai was considered to be a part of their honor and kept their loyalty intact to their lords. There was almost a spiritual connection they had to their swords, as they would clean them and almost have a relationship with them every day. The blacksmiths of the time were as elite as the samurais. They would use iron from the riverbeds that was very small amounts, so they had to mix it with sand, one of the worst metals there is, and somehow they refined it to be one of the best swords of all time. The samurai love literature, and they have a code of conduct called the Bushido Code. When samurai in the Edo period were in nature, they would write haikus, which are a 17-syllable poem with 3 lines. It goes 5, 7, then 5 in syllables. And these poems would be connected to nature, they would be symbolic of nature, and they would have deeper meanings underlying the words. Their Bushido code of the samurai was 8 virtues: justice, courage, mercy, politeness, honesty, honor, loyalty, and self-control. Now I'll transition to the weapons and armor of the samurai. Samurai had many weapons during this time, anything from glaives to bows and swords. They are also fitted with the finest armor. During their first period in the Heian period, they would be archers on horseback, and their bows could be up to 8 feet long. Their bows were unlike any in the entire world, with their handles being a third up on them so that they wouldn't hit the horse and could have maximum length. These bows were so hard to pull back that they would have to use their thumbs instead of their fingers. And they'd have to go through rigorous training for years to be able to do this. The daishu status, so the daishu was the pair of swords, the katana and the wakizashi, that they used. And no one was able to hold these but the samurai. Okay. So, concluding my topic, I talked about samurai today and how they changed history. The main points I discussed was their history, their cultures, and customs, and I discussed a little bit of their armor and swords.